Dumelang bagaetsho, I'm Tebogo Tinti and welcome to Know Your Worth. I have been wanting to do this for so long, but I have been waiting. I don't know what I've been waiting for, but I've been waiting. I've been waiting to maybe get ready or maybe get better at this, maybe get better at that. I don't know, but I've decided that I'm gonna stop waiting and I'm just gonna start. And whatever that is meant to happen along the way won't miss me. It will find me, because as the older Dutch goes, opportunity dances with those who are already on the dance floor. So maybe if I start doing this, whatever it is that I thought I was waiting for will find me along the way. So let's talk about it. There's a theory out there that we can walk into the next year much better than we did walking into this year. So the theory is we can walk into the next year much better than we did walking into this year. I want to put that theory to the test. I want to put you to the test. I want to put myself to the test, and I want us to do it all together. So you're in, you don't have a choice, so let's go. We first start determining our worth by asking questions that we really don't want to answer. A question that when you hear it, you give like a genetic answer. When somebody says, what's your worth? We say, oh, I know my worth, right? Or when somebody asks you, what are you worth? And we say, a lot. I'm worth a lot. That is not the wrong answer, but it's not complete. You are worth a lot of what? Answer that in completion. And then we can get that by asking other tricky questions. When somebody says, what's your worth? What are you worth? How do you determine your worth? How do you know your worth? What makes you so worthy? Right? We answer that based on what we think people want to hear. Because if we can answer that question or those questions, then we would be able to answer the questions of who are you? That's another question that we answer very genetically, like, oh, I am God's favorite human being. I am God's child. I am the Most High's favorite. Yeah, I'm a king or I'm a queen of the kingdom. I'm a kingdom kid. We are all kingdom kids. We are all kings and we are all queens in our own right. But who are you? Not what are you, not what do you do. Who are you? And a lot of people, including myself, have a very difficult time answering that, but because we often want to answer it based on what we do. Whenever somebody says, who are you? Be like, oh, I'm a mother and I'm an author and I'm the host of this. No, that's what you do. That's who are you, right? And then we often introduce ourselves and tell people our names, but what does your name represent? And if that is your name, why do you often answer to people calling you outside of your name? And there are very cute things that people think that are cute. Well, there are things that people do that think are cute, and they be like, hey B, you know, not my second name B, because I'm Tebogo Tinti, but like, you know, a female dog, and you answer to it, and you even reference yourself as a bad female dog. You're like, I'm a bad bee, you know, I'm a this, I'm a that. Is that who you are? Is that your worth? Is that what you are going to respond to? Because the universe doesn't wait for context. The second you say, I am this, that's the message that the universe registers. The universe is not going to wait for you to give an explanation and give context. So what do you answer to? Who are you? What are your values? What are your belief systems? What will you stand up for, even if it means standing up alone? What is that one thing that you will fight for tooth and nail? That is how we determine who we are. That is how we determine what we like. That is how we determine what we are not and what we are not going to stand for, and our boundaries. And then we get to calculate our worth. Because once you know what you will stand for and what you will not stand for, then you calculate your worth. Once you know what your boundaries are and what you don't let people break or cross where your boundaries are concerned, that is how you calculate your worth. And the universe is always listening. And I'm talking to the universe. I'm talking about the universe as what we often refer to as the higher power, as God, as whoever you call God, whoever you call your higher power, whoever you call. We call him by different names, but we most definitely have the same beliefs most of the time. I don't want to speak for anyone, but we all do believe that there is a higher power at play. We all believe in something, because if we don't believe in anything, we're just gonna go mad. We all have to believe in something, and that something that we believe in is always listening to what we say and how we identify as and how we describe ourselves and the value that we put upon ourselves. And that is the message that they're gonna go and send into the airwaves, and that's what's gonna come back to us. So I'm gonna go back and ask you this question. Do you know your worth? Do you know what you're worth? Do you know what you are worthy of? And then, who are you? Take this whole week, take the 7 days, and save this video, listen to it every day, and answer these questions. On the 7th day, I'm willing to bet that you're gonna have the different answer. You're gonna have different answers to every question than you did right now, because some of you will want to answer instantly and say, oh, I know who I am. Oh, I know my value. I know my worth. I know this. I know that. Take time and take stock and take inventory and think about it. Put your answer in the comments, and then come back a couple of days later and put an answer again in the comment and see if it's the same thing. Or save this video, play it in your own time, in your own private space after a long day or first thing in the morning, and ask yourself these questions, because that is where we have to begin. For us to walk into the next year better than we did this year, we have to do this work. And once you determine your worth, and once you figure out who you are, and once you figure out what it is that you want to do and what you don't want to do, we start there. We start where you start doing the things that you want to do, and you stop doing the things that you don't want to do. We stop sending confusing and mixed signals to the universe. We start saying and doing in our purpose. We start talking about ourselves as we are, or as we want to show up. Rather speak about yourself as the future you, rather than the past you. And if something has passed, we leave it there. We can't worry about it. We can't focus on it, because it's going to interrupt where we're going. Because we are going forward, and to go forward so that we can step into the next year as the better version of ourselves has stepped into this year. We cannot look back. We cannot look back. We can only look back to take notes and be like, hey, I see how I did that differently, but not to camp there. So now we're starting with, what is your worth? Do you know your worth? What are you worth? Are you worthy of the things that you want, the things that you desire? How do you speak to yourself? How do you speak about yourself? How do you treat yourself? Because you absolutely have to treat yourself like someone that you love. Are you doing that? Are you doing the work that requires you to be this person that you aspire to be? You are skilled, you are talented in this, you are talented in that. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? So this is where we are starting. We have to begin with the tedious work. We have to begin with the hard work. We have to answer questions that we don't want to answer, so that we can get to where we want to be. So let's start there. contact me anytime. If you want a one-on-one with me, let's do it. We are on the road, we are in this together. It's going to be tricky. It's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. So it's going to be done, and we are going to do it all together, and we're going to hold each other's hand, because we are stronger in numbers. So let's figure out our worth by figuring out who we are. Let's figure out what we want to do by figuring out what we don't want to do. Let's figure out what we aspire to be by not settling for less than what we deserve. Let's go on this journey. We can do this. We have 90 days. We have 90 days. And we can do a lot in 90 days. And we have to start now. This is Know Your Worth. Join me next week, because this will take some time. And also another thing that we should do, ask the people around you what they think. Ask for their opinion about you. Ask how the people that you care about and that care about you, ask them how they see you. Ask them for your truest opinion, and ensure and guarantee them that you're not going to get mad, because another thing about the truth, it's not swallowable. It doesn't go down easy. So reassure them and say, hey, I'm going to ask you these questions. I need you to answer me honestly. No repercussions. What do you think I am? How do you think I am? What do you think of my character? What do you think of my behavior? What do you think of my decision-making skills? What do you think of the choices that I make? What do you think of me? And really, really listen and take notes. Write everything down. And I know right now we use our phone and we use our devices for everything. It's cute, but I really do advise you to pick up a notebook and a pen. There is something different that happens to your psyche when you put pen to paper. Take my word for it. And once we are done with this tedious work, we move on to the next step. I'm excited about the next step. I'm looking forward to the next step, because I'm looking forward to us making the change that we know we want to make, the change that we should be making. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Know Your Worth.